Estamos.
Face.
I got it.
En 2 minutos vamos a estar en vivo en la banda Elástica Radio. Buenas tardes. Buenas
Este
noches.
set de esta noche is delicioso. I thought it was going to be dark. Cuando hablé con Manolo, I was going like, all right, Bato, I think it's going to be a little bit on the darky side. And then when Manolo said his songs and then you added your songs, it organically changed the composition.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, on face value, if you look at it,
mm-hmm.
like on written text, se mira medio dark, right? But then you're listening to it, and it's not that dark. There's a couple of dark songs, but not really.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many texts mandó este G que andaba bailando en su tanga in the
right
bedroom.
Wow, do I have information? Well, not information, just some experiences. I tell you, I love me my Santa Cruz, de vez en cuando nowadays, especially literally up inside the forest at the university. It's a good experience. That's all I'm saying. It's a good experience, Yeah. It's all around delicious. I think it's a delicious playlist esta noche aquí en mi vecindad. Vamos a aprendernos a través de la banda elástica. Vayan a labandaelástica.com para escuchar la música. En el Face no nos dejan, pero a través de la banda elástica, labandaelástica.com, ahí en el radio button, el botón donde dice radio, ahí merito. Estamos vivo.
Set Mi Vecindad 2.0, número 281.
Damn, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, and that's 2.0. That doesn't include the 90s 1.0 version of Mi Vecindad, que acuérdate, nunca fallamos. From como 8 años, pero nunca, we never missed a show. It was every Wednesday live, no matter what.
Yeah, 50. Let's say there was approximately 50 shows per year. Yeah, I mean,
That's about at least 8 or 9 years. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of fucking years.
That's a lot.
A lot of fucking years. And Mi Vecindad 1.0.
Yeah.
Muérete tú. That's what we're listening to.
I love this jam.
Yeah, it's a good jam.
It's a good jam. I'm gonna hold.
Yeah.
Hold your question. Creo que está hablando mucho afuera del aire sobre esta canción, Manolo. So I'm gonna hold back on it, and then we'll talk about it. But I think it deserves a good 30 seconds of.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep it short, just because I think music-wise we're running a little longer.
Yeah, I know. It's because dance songs go long. Dude.
They do go long. Some of them are okay. I mean, it's all right. We got some good music. That's all that matters. We'll get in trouble with Emilio. Saludos a Emilio y María de la banda elástica. Besotes, abrazos, Brody. Yeah, it's good conversation, good music, good experiences all around here on Mi Vecindad a través de la banda Elástica Radio and the DiavloVision Network. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, I there's a lot of movement in this music.
Super catchy.
Yeah. Yeah, and the way it's done, the way it's, all about, yeah.
Yeah, this band gets super stabby.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a love song, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It reminded me that one song we used to play by
Manolo, you should actually look up, make sure that you don't know who she is. You might have dated her 25 years ago, and it's written about you.
Are you sure? I think it's love. It's about love.
Oh, for sure. It's like
it is a love song. What are you talking about?
Sometimes you love them, sometimes you want to stab them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sometimes you want to do both. Sometimes you do both.
Yeah, sometimes you do both. So la pinche banda elástica, dude, the music's not synced to what's actually playing.
It's always a minute off. So turning on mics. Aquí tu amigo locutor, programador y muy bien desconocido, Dr. G.
¿Y su cómplice, el Chivo?
Y el Manolo Diabólico. Buenas noches, raza.
Muérete
tú. Y antes de que empecemos el show, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to toda la gente que participó este fin de semana en la marcha para el registro, in support of the registry bill for illegal immigrants in the United States. It's been 40 years, and that's what the march was all about. Inaction by legislation for 40 years, so hence 40 miles. Hubo dos marchas, uno de San José a San Pancho y la otra fue de Petaluma a San Pancho. Empezó el sábado y se terminó el lunes en la tarde. It was such a powerful march. Met a lot of amazing people. I was able to be a part of it day 1 and day 3.
Pues te miras bien bronceado, dude. I mean,
el sol,
I mean, you're walking in 95-degree weather, bro.
Sí, güey. Yeah.
Fue heavy, pero gracias por eso. So, wait, 40 years, 40 miles, pero este bill impacta a todos los inmigrantes.
Yeah, but it's installed. It's installed. It's been...
So, si este bill pasa, HR 1511 o algo así, it would benefit 8 million out of the 11 million undocumented people in the United States.
Totally. No, that would be good.
So major
that would be great.
impact.
That would be great. Well, thanks for that, and thanks for supporting that. On another note, muérete tú.
A ver, platícame, Bo. Mira, I listened to the song.
Yeah.
And I liked it very much. I listened to it again. I liked it even more. And by the third or fourth listen, andaba like completamente fascinado with Muérete Tú. I believe it's a terrific love song. It's punk at its best.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they from? Who are they?
And how old is the jam?
Three good questions.
He's worried that it was 25 years ago. That's what he's worried about.
No. Es un grupo mexicano que acaba de salir el año pasado. So about a year ago salí.
You're okay, Manolo.
And that's all they have. They just have one
song?
Wow.
It's amazing though.
The name of the song is Muérete Tú. The name of the band is Muérete Tú.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And all we know is that this combination garage with grunge, it's very catchy. Y es todo. I know that la cantante y bajo se llama Camila, el Luis es en la guitarra y Roberto en la batería. So it's a three-piece from México. Así como te sientes y se sienten, ¿no? How you feel about this song. And I think that's what's going on with the group. And hopefully se quedan así y no se van al lado de Hot Topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. If they can keep...
They're good.
Yeah, but you can be great and still be... I mean, look, mira la portada. There's blood everywhere. There's a sharp knife and white socks.
But that's what I'm afraid that someone's going to pick them up and be like,
Yo tengo ideas.
So, ¿son del DF?
Son del DF, la Ciudad de México. Son de la Ciudad de México.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shit coming out right now, man.
And that's all I know. Vamos a seguir porque este playlist is jam-packed with music. Está deliciosa y
no tenemos mucho tiempo. Bueno, vamos a Chile con un grupo que se llama Verticales. El set de esta noche le empezó Dr. G con un tema medio oscuro. So we're going to kind of keep it going in that sentido. But it's going to be boppy.
Yeah.
All the way through. Esta canción se llama No Seas Mala. Escúchame, Manolo. No seas mala. Verticales.
Aquí en mi vecindad, la banda elástica radio. Dude, this is one of those jams que, you know, like we sometimes have music songs queued up. This is like one of the jams that I had.
Yeah. Oh, did I bogart it off you?
It's a good song. It's a good song.
I should have listened back. I should have probably added this with Catchers instead of Masuleo. But regardless, I mean, you know, I don't know what to think of Verticales. Outside that, I like them a lot.
So are they young kids or?
No, hay casi nada de información. Put it that way. There's very little information. I don't know. They don't have much out. Las portadas que tienen, they got a couple singles. This album, bien dark, almost morbid. Okay.
But they're interesting because there's darky, right? But it's
kind of poppy. Okay.
But it's
tienen,
pop.
Okay.
Yes.
I was listening to it. El otro día estaba en el carro y estaba escuchando el set. And there was momentos en esta rola where I heard hints of el primer disco de Héroes del Silencio. No en los vocales, pero en las guitarras and the way that the music carries. And I'm going like, so I don't know. Me gustaría saber las influencias en este grupo because they're a little dark, but not really. They're pop, but not really.
I can hear a little bit of El Mar No Cesa in
that's
the
what
music.
En la música, no los vocales. You know, but I mean, you could hear Boom Booty like, give me the mic, boy, and let me do this, you know, and it turned it into a whole different jam.
It's a great song. I mean, and I don't know the band. And so
I can see why Manny también le tenía en su lista. Like it's.
The more you listen to it, the more that is revealed in the song.
Yeah, there's much more layers. It's a song that you would bring to the table, basically. You know, it's.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's super interesting. Like if you look at la portada de esta canción, so it's a woman in a dark room looking into a mirror, which of course you can't see anything because it's so dark. And then her tattoo in the back, it's like Shiva, you know, with a lot of weapons.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking rad.
And Masuleo, we've been playing off and on for a couple of years.
Yeah, Masuleo, I remember.
Aggressive dance. Esta es una de las rolas where I can imagine either one of you guys getting too hammered.
But not you.
And no, because you guys are the ones who've been getting both. I've witnessed both of you either get kicked out of a show or Manolo, in his case, actually stop a whole show because they refuse to stop dancing and pogoing when they say there's no slam dancing whatsoever.
Yeah. We talked about that.
And I've seen G do the same thing in Odios Funkies where he just won't stop. I'm like, stay away, but you can't because it's just infectious.
Dude, this band, everything that I've heard from them is fucking awesome. It's really good.
You know, so it's Masuleo. I don't know. I mean,
like the only comment I would have said, I love the song. I love both of them. I think that esta canción maybe acoplaría mejor the second half of your set.
That's what I was telling you. Like when I pieced it together after listening to it, I thought it sounded good the way I had it, but the way it formed in the set, I would have done a couple of switches, you know. But in hindsight, it's 2020, whatever, you know.
I think after you guys sent me the stuff and I actually, put it together, I realized I was like, I wasn't even sure who sent what after, because the period of time between when you sent and put it together and actually today, right? And which is nice,
Yeah, también I think we sent you like 3 set lists over.
Yeah, over just a couple of weeks. Yeah.
So
I'm actually looking forward to next week's.
Mausoleo. A través de la banda.
Mira, es un poco difícil para caracterizar Mausoleo. Because they definitely have hints of first wave punk.
Yeah.
They definitely have toques goth and dark. Like you could hear a little bit of like, not Bauhaus, but Love and Rockets, almost in the guitar work, like it, you know.
And I could definitely hear like the Latino influence.
Yeah. Oh,
too.
yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, no se diga con obviamente la lírica, obviamente la canción, todo lo que es.
Y luego la voz bien.
La voz. Yeah.
Wonderful. Like he's got awesome vocals for that.
I had a daydream of me walking somewhere in Mexico, and one of those artsy fartsy type in Roma or something like that in Mexico City, and a bar which is like a little ass fucking bar, but it's nice, kind of cool, really quiet. And all of a sudden I see like a little flyer that says Mausoleo tonight.
And you'd be like, wow, yeah, of course, I'm staying here.
That's gonna happen. Exactly.
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, like literally, like that's how much it impacted me. Like it's impacted me Mausoleo that way. Like there's a lot of these fucking bands I'd love to see.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it en vivo.
Hemos hablado profundamente los últimos 4 o 5 años que la escena de esta década is out of control good. It's out of control good. The quality, the abundance. Eso fue Mausoleo con la canción Verte Ser, un grupazo de Valencia, España. Valencia is an old ass city with a lot of old buildings. I mean, it's not as old as some of the cities I went to in País Vasco, but I mean, it's very cold and dark, and Mausoleo definitely, fits that con la canción Verte Ser. It just makes you want to pogo and just dance. It's just amazing. Antes de eso, Verticales con No Seas Mala. No sé mucho de Verticales. Unfortunately, no hay mucha información. And that's it. But we're going to keep it going porque no tenemos mucho tiempo.
Vamos.
Hablando de País Vasco, Thatchers. Yeah. Un grupo that's been near and dear to my heart los últimos 2 años, año y medio. Sacaron un nuevo disco hace 4 meses, 3 meses atrás. And this is one of the tracks off their new album, Audio Luz Bat, the Thatchers.
Mi vecindad.
I love the clean guitar work on Thatchers.
It's really nice,
yeah.
They're not like the Smiths, but you can tell they've listened to a lot of Smiths. Johnny Marr.
Yeah,
like you can tell like the guitarist listens to a lot of Johnny Marr specifically.
Yeah, they're interesting.
They dreamy,
Yeah, because they're hard to pinpoint because sometimes they sound like, oh, is this like more like street influence, and then they do something that sounds different. So it's just kind of they're
a unique trio. You can tell they were raised on street punk, but they listen to a lot of like Johnny Marr, House Martins, clean mod music, and they kind of marry las dos rolas. And si miras video de ellos tocando en vivo, it's a very eclectic crowd. There's punks and skins with the mods, like the jam fans.
Wow,
you know,
nice.
So it's very, very unique, and they're just pogoing and dancing. It reminds me of like if you saw an old jam show or an English beat show from mid 80s, you know, and the energy. So jovencitos, los muchachos, I expect a lot from them, you know. Yeah, but they do remind me of definitivamente Johnny Marr and a little bit of House Martins.
Yeah, I was thinking House Martins when I was listening to this song, but some of their songs sound different.
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. Mm-hmm. La buena cosa que están muy jóvenes, tienen two albums, but they're short albums. They're like 10 songs each, you know?
I mean, technically their last release was an EP.
Okay. Well, and then they had a couple singles, and then this. Okay, you're right. You're correct. An EP, a couple singles, y luego el primer disco. So no tienen mucho material, but they just started during the pandemic. So I expect for them to
to grow and produce,
even more,
get more music out.
And I think they're still recording themselves. So you could imagine with the
evolution.
Yeah. Can you imagine like somebody that's proficient in recording the jam gets a hold of these guys, what they can do with them, you know?
Dude, that's what's awesome about now. It's like you can pretty much like put out anything cheap.
Yeah, and let it float. Yeah. A ver lo que pasa.
Yeah. ¿Qué dicen, güey?
¿Quién dice qué? ¿Quién?
The song.
Oh, no sé.
¿Qué dicen, güey?
Yeah, I should have.
At least just
looking back,
the title. Yeah.
I think Manolo's right. I should have put Masuleo con Mujer Zebra together, you know. This is one of those bands that's surprising. Manolo, did I steal this one from you also?
Mujeres? No, I think you might have stolen it from G.
Did I? I stole it from one of you guys, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think I brought this back.
Yeah,
a while back.
Well, I liked it a lot, so I went down the pigeonhole and started listening to it. There's something unique about these guys. A lot like Verticales, where there's multi-layers in what's going on, and the vocals don't necessarily fit, but they work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, y lo más que lo escuchas, the more it grows on you.
Right.
You know? And the funny thing is, que si escuchas el disco, they're all over the place too. You know?
Yeah, definitely for me, when I was listening to your set, like I was already familiar with Verticales, you know, Thatchers. I've been listening to them. Musaleo is like, I love listening to them every time you play them. Pero Mujer, Zebra, Musuleo kind of sort of were the ones that I
gravitated,
jumped off of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Adolescentes nos manda un chingo de hearts, man.
¿Quién, we?
Adolescentes.
Oh man, they're sweethearts, dude.
Yeah.
Yo toqué Adolescentes just because, like, why not?
They're good. They're good.
Like, they're great.
Yeah,
exactly. So I was like, you know, just we got to find an excuse to sometimes plug bands in.
Yeah, I'm been meaning to ask, ¿qué onda? ¿No que el pinche álbum iba a salir en mayo?
Everything gets delayed, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
El pinche album.
No, estaban en el estudio grabando when we did the interview with them a few months ago.
And they said it was going to be a little bit more punk.
Yeah. A long audio se translate la canción de Audio Luz Bat. A long audio.
There's another song that I got programmed from Thatchers. for later on during the year. That might be my favorite Thatcher song. It didn't fit this week. Manolo, you familiar with Red Sun Red?
I've probably listened to
it. It's the last track on their new album. Listen to it. It's really like there's something special about that one.
Okay.
In fact, spoiler alert, it's going to be on my
end of the year.
Top songs. You know what's interesting, dude, is that I think I already have like 5 or 6 top 10.
So we did 2 2-hour shows.
Okay. No, Manolo. I'm going to tell you right now that you're wrong. You have more. Okay? Because yo también pensé igual. And during our little break right now, I started going through my stuff. And I was going to hit you guys up because I know where G's going at. G's going, we did 2 last time. Going like, I think we have to do 3.
Wow.
We can do end of the year.
And
we do.
Y lo que te estoy diciendo, Manolo, go back and see how many sets you can come up with that are warranted, and then start whittling them down.
Right.
Y te aseguro que son más de 2.
Yeah.
Probably even 3. 4 might be pushing it, pero I mean, vas a quedar asombrado going like, whoa, wait a minute.
There's a lot of fucking amazing
music. There's a lot
music.
of good stuff that
like this year for music, post-pandemic, explosion.
Turning on mics.
Eso fue Mujer Zebra con la canción 617. Mujer Zebra, Mar de Plata, Argentina. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Trippy band. Punk, goth, a little bit of psych, maybe.
Yeah.
A primera vista you're going, there's no way you can make it work, vatos. But they do.
Yeah.
La canción que tocó Dr. Hess a few months ago made me go down the rabbit hole and listen to el disco completo. And there's a lot of good jams on that rola. Anyways, Mujer Zebra con la canción 617 son de Mar de Plata, Argentina. Antes de eso escuchamos a Thatchers con Audio Luzbat de su nuevo disco. Son muchachos de País Vasco that kind of got a lot of hearts for over here. We got a lot of bands tonight that we have a lot of hearts for, So I hate to say it, between Masuleo, Thatchers, and 2 or 3 other ones that are coming up tonight. We have a little fan favorites here. We got to keep it going. Another fan favorite mío de este año. We're going to keep it dark, but we're going back to Madrid con Depresión Sonora, con la canción Como Todo el Mundo. Another love song, I think.
This whole thing is a love song.
I think so.
Stabby love song set.
Stab.
Aquí en mi vecindad, la banda elástica radio.
Right. It's definitely stabby, man. This Depresión Sonora, it also gave me that dancey vibe,
Oh yeah. I've really, since Manny opened up a pigeonhole hace 2 años atrás con Datura and a few other bands.
Yeah.
We've exploded in embracing el nuevo sonido de Darky en castellano.
Lo moderno de Darky.
And I am in love with so many bands. Depresión Sonora is one of them. Okay?
Right.
Me encanta su vocal delivery and lyrical cynicism. He reminds me of lo mismo, pero lo opuesto of Viva Belgrado. Where Viva Belgrado is to emo and to manic core artistic power violence.
Yes.
Depresión Sonora is to like snarky, dark, chill wave. I have una línea where he says like, where he's just beating himself up and he's all like, pero he's going to go into the bathroom and jerk off. And sorry that I came so fast.
Yeah. And not sorry.
Not sorry. And the delivery.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and
you've never listened to the Depresión Sonora.
Yes. So there on those and that. Why is it that we particularly that stands out like that?
No.
That's the thing about Depresión Sonora. It's like they're that good. Like you're like jamming, right? And it's like, oh.
No, pero muchachos, have you seen how big the Depresión Sonora is getting? They're getting huge.
Oh, really?
Like, they're doing like clubs that are like
thank God, because in the United States, like we're having problems. Like people don't, come on,
Yeah.
Not that it's not happening, because there's a lot of really good
there is
shows,
but
good music
on the independent, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
In la escena independiente, it's suffering here in the United States. Everybody's going to go see the big groups, the Taylor Swifts, et cetera, et cetera.
They're gonna see,
but you're missing out.
The Caifanes, the Café Tacubas, they're gonna see those, But there's so many great fucking bands, man. Like you were saying, this year's that year for la música independiente. A través de DiavloVision, you could definitely check out some of them. And that también, you could check out some of them. They're posting. These bands are posting on those two sites. On
nice.
And I mean,
well, DiavloVision, besides being excellent place to get interviews, I mean, homies are sketchy in ours and con mucho corazón. I love them.
Yeah, saludos al Don Diablo. Yeah, they're sketchy. El Doc Chupes también. They're definitely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about them?
And oh yeah, and no es un secreto. I think this band is probably también going to make one of my tops for this year. The Depresión Sonora is. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I love the way that these vatos are mixing dance music with
the darky, and like
pero
in the most simplistic terms, like to me, when I'm listening to them, it's like to me, it's like sexy Joy Division Cold Wave.
Okay. Yeah. Adolescentes, I mean, you're I mean,
and other, cuando estaban hablando, when you guys were talking about the set, I was going like, this fits an early to mid 90s art house angst movie, coming of age, at River's Edge, Pump Up the Volume soundtrack, in a dark
one of the best soundtracks.
Yeah. But they said esta noche is like, it's dark, but it's very beautifully dancey and upbeat. I mean, listening to Cinedad, Adolescente Cinedad con la canción Nos Quieren Dead, which is no secret, one of our favorites, Adolescente Cinedad. It just fits. And Adolescente Cinedad aren't necessarily a dark wave band. They're not. They're a great band.
Yeah.
Pero
they're a happy Depri band.
Happy Depri band. That's right. Yeah. Maybe that's what the whole set is. Happy Depri.
It is Happy Depri, man. It's
with a little bit of stabbiness.
Yeah.
You gotta stimulate it somehow, one way or another, or get it out, get that angst out, on the dance floor or en el cuarto, como sea. Pero esta noche sí está excelente. Estamos escuchando Adolescentes Sin Edad bajo nuestras voces a través de la banda Elástica Radio. Búsquenlo a través de TuneIn, también Live 365 o en la página de la banda Elástica
Radio.
También la radio a través de aquí del Face. El Face. Man, yeah, they're in a great. All this, like you were saying, is just. It touches the right nerve and it motivates you, I think. Aunque esté un poco depri, aunque esté un poco dark. And what's wrong with being a little depressed once in a while?
No.
We all experience it.
Sadness, dude. It's one of our basic emotions.
Basic emotions. It's one of our.
Look at Depresión Sonora como todo el mundo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then nos quieren dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're right. You can.
Oh, and it just gets better. The night doesn't stop with these songs.
Right. Turning on mic.
Eso fue Adolescentes sin Edad, Nos Quieren Dead. Una de mis favoritas rolas de Adolescentes sin Edad. Estamos esperando el nuevo disco que nos prometieron los chavos de Adolescentes sin Edad. It's going to come out any month. So hopefully, me and Manolo were talking about, we were hoping to like squeeze it into our best of this year, but
come on, guys.
I don't know if it's going to come out in time. We'll see, you know. Antes acaban de escuchar a Depresión Sonora, Como Todo el Mundo. One of my new favorites de Madrid, and the whole happy depre dance off. I mean, esta noche es like, estamos hablando fuera del aire, que, you know, it's a little dark, but it's definitely upbeat and dancey.
Very dancey.
Very dancey. Anyways, todavía tenemos mucho más en esta noche. A ver, Manolo, ¿qué nos tienes preparado?
So, definitivamente, cuando escuché el set que empezaste, lo que escuché fue the electronic, the dancey, the, you know, the darkness. Beautiful. And I'm like, okay, let's keep this going. So, esta banda que vamos a empezar se llama Mugre. La canción es Máscara UXO 1994. Esta banda es de Buenos Aires, Argentina. Me topé con ellos hace unos cuantos meses. And it's perfect for the set.
It is.
Electronic, dark wave, post-punk. Esta rola salió en el EP que sacaron en el 2018 Agentes del Terrorismo Internacional. When I heard the song, lo que primero escuché was the electronic influencias Depeche Mode, totally across the board. And I'm just like, 1994, como estamos hablando fuera del aire, early 90s set.
Soundtrack.
So, yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Bueno, aquí en mi vecindad. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Really early speak and spell Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
In fact, you got to turn on Ankel from Angels Beats to like these guys. I'm sure he'd like, you know, go search out for some vinyl.
For the vinyl.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Bust out the creepers and hit the dance floor.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing. But we talked about this before. Depre does not mean necessarily bad, right?
No.
And with this music, most of the songs are the kind of dancing that you would expect to have after hours at the Blue.
Yeah, you know? 80s night.
80s night, exactly. 80s
when
night.
El Doctor is like spinning in circles by himself, dude. Like,
well, you know, usually by that time, if you're hanging out at the Blue after hours by yourself, es porque te falló algo, you know, so you might as well, you know.
Might as well just dance by yourself.
Yeah, like, you enjoy the night, fuck it, you know, it's like you're going to be by yourself, como dice los de Depresión Sonora, you know, you're going to pull one, fuck it, you know. Yeah, by yourself in the tub or the shower, no hay pedo. Vamos a disfrutarlo, sea como sea, especialmente esta música de esta noche, excelente, a través de DiavloVision, la banda elástica radio. ¿Qué tal, ¿Qué tal? How do you guys feel? What's going on?
Oh, I was listening to the jams, dude.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I somehow
but like many songs or many groups de esta noche, sometimes la música takes you one way and the vocals takes you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Mugre fits a lot like Mujer Zebra and Verticales in the sense where cuando Manolo dijo, you know, it reminds me of Depeche Mode. I'm like, yeah, it reminds me of Speak and Spell. The music does.
Right.
But when I listen to the vocals here, I'm thinking Radio Futura. I'm thinking, you know,
Lo alternativo, you know.
Yeah,
that
something a little bit
Charlie
different.
Usher.
Yeah. It kind of like melds, different sentidos. And that's what's kind of beautiful about lo que está pasando ahorita en esta era. They're not scared to take beats from 84 and vocals from 97,
Yeah. And it works.
And it works. Yeah.
And that's why we're attracted to it, I think, porque pues nos gusta ese género, ¿no? Y together, it's like a good ass beer pairing it with, some good ass cheese or meat or vegetable.
Like a good charcuterie.
Yeah. See, I was thinking.
What? Beer or wine or algo que te estimule. Talking about estimulando. Dude, I was in Santa Cruz and someone me presentó algo really interesting and it was nice. But it's very green up there,
Nice.
Stuff,
nice. Sticky.
Well, it wasn't, it was more like ingested and
Okay.
But what happens is that I'm having such a good time and I'm super tired at the end of the night. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, dude. It wasn't until like the next day that I'm like, whoop. It's like, it's like fuck, that was almost 12 hours ago. What happened? It's like, it just happened right now.
It was
like,
time release.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. One sec.
It took its time to really fucking man. Like, I think it's just a slow metabolism, if you know what I mean. But it's all good. Good times in Santa Cruz, feeling it, enjoying it. Y pues saludos a toda mi gente allá, al compadre José y a todo el crew de UC Santa Cruz at the Quarry Amphitheater. It was a really good event. Really
STS9.
Nice. Man, those guys are amazing. Amazing musicians. The lights, everything about the Quarry is just spectacular.
The backdrop of the redwoods. I mean, come on, dude,
Yeah. Oh man, it was just gorgeous, beautiful. Mugre. Yeah, de Argentina. Now we're tuning into Ella contra el Tigre.
This one, yo no sé nada de este grupo, so I'm gonna ask Manny some questions later on.
Some insight. Are they new? Ella contra el Tigre? I think. Are they?
They're newish. Son so 2019, so menos de 3 años.
Pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the. I really like this band. Este trío de Guadalajara, Jalisco.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they're working on something because they haven't released anything since 2019.
Oh wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
A lot of bands que no sacaron nada since then. Like, that's not a good sign.
But they're super active on social media, so I'm thinking that they got something.
Okay, in the works. Okay.
Yeah.
You would hope they would have done it by now, because a lot of bands use that lockdown 21, 22 to like then put it out now.
Yeah. They remind the voice and the delivery. It remind me a little bit of Hello Seahorse from Monterrey.
Mm-hmm.
That style. Because they can definitely be on the darky side, Hello Seahorse. But yeah, it's earlier I said there was some beautiful gorgeousness a través de esta noche, and this is one of those songs. And remember the song, Azul Casi Morado?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is it going on that influence, darky says? I don't know. What does it really mean? But I don't care. I'm just enjoying it. Why do you have to analyze everything, eh?
Huh? This song was a bit of a slow burner for me, porque compared to some of their other songs, they caught my attention a little bit sooner. Pero this one, it was kind of like it just lingered and lingered and lingered. And then every time I listened to it, they have so many layers and depth in their music. Like, it seems very simple, but when you listen to it, there's like a lot going on in there. And I love the timing that it's, it's kind of like a slower tempo song, and it just makes you groove.
It's very sexy, like the whole love theme tonight with the stabbiness, like, you know, Diabolico said, you know, I'm enjoying it too much, maybe, you know. And all I've had is water and coffee tonight. You believe that?
Neta?
See?
Or are you trying to detox from the weekend?
On the weekend, man, I need to take a couple of weeks off, man, because it was intense. No, I mean, most of it is work. You know what I mean?
Is it 3 nights or 2 nights?
It's we're there 5 days because it's
damn, it's a festival.
No, it's 2 nights. It was 2 nights, but as far as work,
gotcha.
Yeah. We're there pre-date and then, you know, day of and day night. So it's 4 nights. You know, there's the day before, the 2 days.
2 days of the events and the cleanup afterwards.
Yeah. And you know, there's still stuff that I'm working on right now, but yeah, it's intense. It's really intense, these type of events. But you know, you get used to it after a few years working in these kind of events, man. But it's music, man. It's music. And I think that's why I'm still doing some of this stuff. It's just because it's music.
Absolutely.
People, it's, you know, just the camaraderie with other people that work in the music scene, festivals, and yeah, you know, it's work, man. It's work, but it's beautiful. Just like this song, Púrpura, de Ella contra el Tigre. Ella contra el Tigre. So it's just
and they're a 3-piece, right?
It's a 3-piece, yeah.
No.
You know, I love it because like the only other 2 references I have contra el Tigre is that one movie, Indian movie that was really popular last year.
Life of Pi.
No, that one. That's one. There was another Indian movie.
Oh, the action one. Okay, yeah.
Turning on mics.
Ok, esa es la rola Púrpura de Ella contra el Tigre, de un trío de Guadalajara, Jalisco. Esta rola salió hace 3 años del álbum Camino Rojo, stoner, dream pop, psychedelic punk. They're still active on social media. Nomás han sacado un álbum en el 2019, so I was like, oh God, I hope that they haven't broken up.
Yeah.
Pero they're active on social media, which gives me hope que they're working on something y van a sacar algo muy pronto. Definitivamente una de mis bandas favoritas que me topé de este año, even though they've been around for a couple of years.
Nice. Well, you definitely made a fan of me.
I love it. I want to hear more. Te digo, me recordó un poco. It brought me back to that Monterrey when that era when, you know, Hello Seahorse came out y todo. Pero también el movimiento de, you know, rock en tu idioma de México, you know, con los post-punks de esa era de los 90s you know. It's definitely there. Siendo que son mexicanos. Vamos a seguir. What's going on? What's next?
Ahora vamos a escuchar a nuestro amigazo David de la banda Datura. Esta rola se llama Autumn's Night, que salió hace...
It's the G, like, not to interrupt you, but it scared the heck out of me. It came on, like, did they break up? And I'm like, what?
I know. What the hell, G?
You know what? It's because somehow Datura and maybe it was David, I don't know who, would post something about, like, thank you, bye, forever. Not forever, but it felt that way. Like, it's like...
Anyways, este cabrón nos dio un pinche susto. So yeah, Datura is de Wenatchee, Washington. Esta rola, a couple of years old, del 2020. This song, y David, you know, when you listen to him, when you see him, he's a crooner. He is a natural crooner. And this song is a beautiful love song, Autumn's Night.
Yeah.
Nice. Bueno, aquí en mi vecindad.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the way I read it, it sounded like, okay, bye, guys, thank you. And I don't know if se estaban despidiendo de una noche,
right.
Yeah, I don't know, but it sounded like, we're done forever, guys. Thank you. This was it, you know. And I was like, what the fuck, you know?
I really like Datura in general. I hope that he experiments with a couple more rolas en español.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it would really expand his their base. You know, and I hope he takes it to heart. I mean, porque sabe español. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, he's great in Spanish.
El español de él está fregado como lo de nosotros, pero it's perfect to sing. You know.
Y eso es lo que pasa también. Like, I was like, okay, if Mausoleo came to Mexico, I'm gonna be there when they're there for some reason. Right? That was a daydream. And I always envisioned también Datura playing España, whatever, Mexico with any of these bands.
For sure.
These bands, you know.
And,
there's obviously some coupling there that se acoplan muy bien, pero I want that for David, you know, and then like, and
I like I said, I think he just needs to, instead of having that one track on the album, if he could do maybe 3 or 4, it would open up a world of like possibilities, in my opinion. You know?
Or even like another project, you know, porque Shanks is kind of something that he's doing a little bit different from Datura.
I get that, but
so maybe do something.
But Datura's got that sound, that I like even more than Shanks, because it's got that.
It's fuller.
It's full, it's a full band, you know, and I get it, and I think he definitely can do that, and that way he doesn't get rid of all the quality music de lo que es Datura already, you know, kind of like what we used to try to do, you know. Don't get me started on Voodoo Glow Skulls. Like, I don't want him to like recopy his songs in Spanish. No. Do originals, and then just and keep do what you've always done, you know, and it'll make the masses move. It will, you know,
for sure.
Esta noche estamos escuchando mucha música muy excelente de todo el mundo on the darky side, super bailable, super, you know, sometimes maybe just having a good time in your bedroom, and I'm talking about dancing, okay, in the bedroom. Do you dance in your bedroom? Have you ever
all the
done
time,
that?
man? All the time.
Just thought to ask. But y luego, como la ocupaste esta noche a Datura con prayers, it's hay una intensidad con the way it happened on the playlist and the song itself, you know.
So definitely tenía esta rola, and I'm like, who lo puedo acoplar? And I was like, okay, Datura. Pero this song is you know, Prayers is not for everybody, and I can't say that I like all their songs, pero esta rola I like a lot, because I feel like it's very honest. It's very honest to the fact that love is imperfect, we're imperfect, and, you know, it's like, you know, we care about people. Sometimes we hurt them, but that's just the way it goes, you know, because
stabbing.
Yeah. So what I like about
love.
Well, that's what I was saying, that this set really, when you step back and you let your mind and your ears embrace it, it's a soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, angst-ridden, love-felt. Hay canciones que están un poco más agresivas, como esta de Prayers.
Yeah.
But it's not aggressive in the sense that, like,
he's showing vulnerability.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're peeling layers away from your heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I mean, you leave yourself wide open for the stabby, you know?
Pero me gusta. It's like, you know, there's those playlists that is también super del amor, but super like punk. Y en esos son cachetadas. And this one's more like you said, you know, maybe stabby, you know, with, I don't know, like, some pins or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah, to me, this song is about like, okay, this is who I am.
Yeah,
I've been hurt in the past. I'm gonna love you in my imperfect way, and you're not perfect either. Somehow we fit
each other.
Yeah.
Well, they make really short little blades. Usually like 2 inches long, inch and a half long. You can just little stabbies that
right
aren't going to kill you, but it's going to hurt you, cut you up pretty deep. Stabby.
La banda elástica radio DiavloVision.
Muérete tú.
Y vecindad. All about tonight en el darky sense de la música. I like that, you said earlier I definitely hear the Euro electro influence. Mucho de lo siempre para mí me fascina que obviamente las influencias para todos que nos gusta este tipo de música y el punk, el alternativo, son las influencias. Muy bonito y esa combinación esta noche, it's on, man. It's really on with the darky playlist de esta noche.
No se agüiten, muchachos. Next week is going to be totally different.
I'm perfect for you. You think that's perfect for you?
Exactly.
That's all. That's it. Mi vecindad is perfect for you.
Me asustó cuando mandó Manolo su set for the next week. Scratching my head.
Okay. Esa rola que vamos a escuchar a Prayers con la rola Perfect for You del álbum Cholo Goth que salió el año pasado. What I love about that song, can't say that I like all their songs, pero esta rola sí me gusta mucho. It's very honest in imperfect love and connection.
Kind of like us.
Yeah, we're all imperfect, pero
we love
yeah, in our perfect ways we love.
Stabby.
That's gonna be our catchphrase. I love you. Stabby.
Sometimes that's how it goes, man.
Vamos a terminar esta noche porque we don't have a lot of time left, but gracias Diabólico, gracias Chivo, excelente playlist va a estar a través de the playlist itself a mi vecindad on el Music, Apple Music. You can check out the playlist a través de DiavloVision, a través de la banda elástica radio. Nos despedimos esta noche. What else do you feel that happened tonight? What's the takeaway tonight for you guys?
Like Manny's saying, love is imperfect, but dance the night away anyways. I don't know.
Imperfect for you. Okay. I like it.
¿Y tú?
¿Yo?
Yeah.
Pues mira, vamos a terminar con eso. Esa respuesta es piezas sueltas. A post-punk, very new wave influenced band de Mexico, right? That came out with, I'm not sure it was an EP or there's not a lot of information about these guys, but they're a post-punk band, new wave influence de Mexico that came out in 1989.
Nice.
And how long were they around?
Maybe a year.
Okay. Y eso, por eso we never heard about them.
Never heard about them. But I saw a flyer from 1989 with Phobia as the headliners and these guys as the openers.
I would have been there, dude.
Ah, man, it would have been amazing. So en buscando cómo terminar la noche con este playlist tan excelente, I thought post-punk, I thought, en español, Latinoamérica, I looked everywhere, México, y me topé con estos chavos. And all I know is that these guys were like they were there when the post-punk movement was happening in Mexico.
What's interesting about I love these rolas, the closers for the set. Pero what's interesting, in 89, lo que estaba pasando was like las modas, you know, were switching, and powers that be, people that, you know, were in charge of talent and getting them access to disqueras y todo, you know, they were in other circles.
Yeah. So prior to Piezas Sueltas, they were called Juana y Escutia. And I think Juana y Escutia are still around, like, you know, the revival and all that. Pero Piezas Sueltas nunca, I mean, that's all we know about them. But excellent song. We're going to terminar esta noche con ese sentido post-punk, ese darky, y nos despedimos.
Hasta la próxima semana, muchachos.
Buenas noches, raza. Cuídense.
Con ese tema, cuando te acerques de Piezas Sueltas. Buenas noches. Okay, if you hear that keyboard,
it makes sense that they play with Phobia, though. Now, like, I always wait to get the info, and I'm just like, yeah.
And so what was happening? I mean, and being there live would have been the best. What was happening? Like, if you think about cuando estaban saliendo los grupos, just even in your own backyard, you know, it's like there's certain influences, certain styles, right? And yeah, it would have been just amazing to hear these guys. And I'm curious to know, like, qué les pasó, because they were already good.
You could tell, like, if they just would have stuck around for like 3 years, they would have been on Culebra Records by 93, 94.
Right. And who knows? Who knows what happened? Maybe some of the members are in other groups. I just could not find any more information, like not even the names of the band members and all that. Because when they moved, or before, when they were Juana y Escutia, there was a female vocalist, and then they moved out. So anyway, I wouldn't want to what exactly happened, porque la verdad no sé. You know, I don't know, but I heard the song and I was like, fucking A, this is another band from that era. And this is the first time we're learning about them.
Right? I love that, though. I totally love that.
Yeah.
Okay, muchachos.
Nos despedimos del Face. Buenas noches, todos. El Face. Good night, Facebook.